Hey there, I'm Jerry, a DIY track guy, and today I'm at Toronto Motorsports Park again. I guarantee you that I do go to other tracks, and I'll show you some videos of that, hopefully in this one. But today, we're here, it's a beautiful Friday afternoon, and we're here to test this thing out. If you're just tuning in, I've done a bunch of suspension work to my Ecotec Miata. Check out the Ecotec build playlist, as well as some of the suspension work videos that are more recent. To recap what I've done in the past couple of videos, I installed those AST 5100 shocks, coilovers. I also replaced all of the control arm bushings, and I did those extended ball joints and the R-package tie rod ends. And I also got a really nice alignment from NextMod. I'll flash up the alignment specs here. Also a corner balancing. I'll flash up those penciled specs up right here. So I do have a bunch of excuses that I'd just like to get out of the way right away, which would explain why I'm not fast today. Firstly, the drive-in here was exceptionally busy. I hit 4 traffic jams along the way. I also didn't sleep very well last night. My wife was snoring. Also, it's rather hot out. I did my personal best last year when it was about 10 to 15 degrees air temperature. Right now it's about 27 degrees Celsius air temperature, and I'm at an evening session, so the track has had all day to heat up under the sun. Oh, this is also the first time I'm using that EHPS, the electro-hydraulic power steering system. So not really sure if this thing will suit the tight and technical parts of this track. But I guess the real reason why you're here is you'd like to hear about the mods that I've done recently to the car, all that suspension stuff, and how it might impact performance, especially those XIDAs. Stick around, we'll see what's what. First TMP of 2025. It's already July. And there's my power steering button, so let me turn that on. Switch, I should say. So yeah, some more racing excuses. The day's too hot. I'm too cold. I haven't been out enough to sort of get my track footing again. I haven't eaten a lot today, so my blood sugar is low, but my blood pressure is high. The alignment of the car is slightly out as well. The last time I was out, it did knock something loose so that this thing doesn't steer straight. So that's really annoying, yeah. Hey, could you do me a favor? Could you watch this video all the way to the end? That tells the YouTube algorithm that you like what you see and you think this video deserves more views. That'd be super. Thanks. Let's go. On any first session out on track, the priority is to shake down the car, paying particular attention to the feelings and sensations from new mods. For that Volvo electric hydraulic power steering pump that I installed in this video, this is my first time out at TMP with it. So I'm looking for any dips or inconsistency in the level of power assist. From that post-install test drive, I was worried that quick transitions could overwhelm the pump, causing it to weight up and feel heavier, which would suck and make me want to remove it. After the first lap, I remembered the Servtronic controller knob is dialed at almost the lowest setting, and with a touch of adjustment from the 630 to about the 730 position, the steering feels much more linear and remarkably unremarkable. In fact, I forget all about it. Overall though, I feel like this is a pretty slept-on mod that frees up parasitic losses and cleans up the engine bay.
There's no good reason why I should be catching up with this BMW. We'll see if this guy wants us to pass. Okay.
In terms of dollars, the 949 Racing AST 5100 XIDA Coilovers were the largest expense this season. I bought them used from a dude, and in this video they were rebuilt by Accelerated Technologies, and I installed them onto the car. I've got high hopes that this motorsports grade suspension will make a huge difference, knocking seconds off my lap time. Unrealistic? Probably. Generally speaking, TMP is a pretty smooth track with only a few sharp bumps in places and some aggressive curbing. So I set the shocks at 2 clicks off full hard front and rear, which is admittedly a pretty stiff setup. In this first session, initial impressions, the XIDAs do not disappoint. Low speed damping, like under hard braking and corner entry, the car takes a set with confidence, offering a feeling of poise, predictability, and ultimately control. For spring rates, I'm running 14K fronts and 10K rears, which are a significant step up from my old VMAX coilovers. While still being a compromise for acceptable street manners, on track I'm still feeling a good amount of body roll.
High-speed damping, like when attacking a curb or hitting a bump, the XIDAs continue to impress. At one point, I took a bit more curb at turn 8 than usual, and the car just soaked it up.
Oh, I can murder that.
And there's a bump at the apex of turn 11 coming onto the front straight, but I don't even notice it anymore. I'm gonna play with these for the rest of the day and see if it makes any difference. But back to the driving. Track days are about fun, and my friend Terry has entered the chat. So what kind of friend would I be if I didn't give chase? That was a lot closer than I expected.
You lose.
And I didn't expect, while repeatedly hitting this outside curbing, to say woo so much. And no, that's not my last name, you filthy racist. For the next couple of sessions, I made small adjustments to the XIDAs and aired down the tires as they were getting hot, but I was still thinking about some of the other key changes I've made to the car. In this video, I installed the Bauer limited production extended lower ball joints and Mazda R-package tie rod ends. These are blue-collar, working-class suspension components. They're happy to quietly do their job of giving us reliable 3 to 5 degrees of negative camber and telling bump steer to f*** off. They don't want your attention, they're not a self-absorbed turbo kid or a narcissistic burble tune. Just leave them alone, they know what they're doing.
Just leave me alone, I know what to do.
The last suspension job I did in this video was to install Whiteline suspension control arm bushings on all 4 corners to replace the sloppy 36-year-old factory rubber ones. The biggest concerns with polyurethane is a stiff ride, increased NVH, and the inevitable squeaking. Thankfully, on the street I feel it's acceptable for a sports car, even supple. But on track it feels amazing. Like your fingers are gently brushing the asphalt, feeling the slight imperfections and changes of texture as you balance on the edge of the tire's grip. If you believe the hype, it's because poly bushes have less squish, no preload, and allow your shocks and springs to do what they were meant to. And about those squeaks, I'm not noticing any new noises coming from the suspension. Hopefully that PTFE tape is doing its job as a solid lubricant and it stays this quiet. So I'm pleased to see these bushings play nicely with my other suspension upgrades. Now, ruminating on Moz doesn't mean the track day is without incident. At one point I kinda did this. That's locking up the brakes, dropping a back tire off the outside curb, and I thought I tore the axle out of the diff. I'm pretty sure I immediately smelled that distinct gear oil stink. But when I checked the car in the paddock, the axles seemed fine and I couldn't find any leaks, so carry on. Last year, I complained about a touch of mid-corner oversteer as I'm approaching my min speed, and I got a few comments saying to soften the rear bar. So let me just confirm that I've got the Flying Miata NA6 16mm rear solid bar on the softest setting. And I'm still getting this. So yeah, got any other ideas? Alright, that's enough lollygagging. Let's get to the main event and the reason why you're still here. The fastest lap of the day. As mentioned, my personal best lap on a nice cool day in the fall of 2024 was a 1 minute 22.6 seconds on a Hankook RS4 200 treadwear tire. So that's the time to be. That's a 1 minute 21.9 second lap, 0.7 of a second faster than last year. So all that trouble and the XIDAs were only good for less than a second? Well, maybe not even that. One other change for this season are these new tires. These are the Nankang Sportnex CRS tires in a 225/45/15. These are known to be one of the fastest 200 treadwear tires designed for club racing, time attack, and HPDEs, and are often mentioned in the same breath as other standout tires in its class, like the Bridgestone RE71 RS and the Yokohama AO52s. So yeah, that 0.7 of a second wasn't all because of the XIDAs. This is the part where I'm supposed to talk about the qualitative and subjective benefits that justify my purchase, like how they feel better and how they uplift my emotional well-being. And yeah, they do. In fact, the difference is incredible. In that turn-in phase when the car noses under hard braking and leans onto its outside tires as the steering angle builds, there's just this feeling of precision and accuracy as it navigates into the apex. Sure, the spring rates are a touch soft for hardcore track use, but the dampers manage the suspension travel predictably and consistently, and over the high-speed bumps and curbs, the car just settles in one stroke. It all makes the car more confident, eager, and playful, urging you to try different lines, braking points, and radiuses. It dials up the Miata's already playful chassis and challenges you to brake a little deeper, rotate a little bit more, and commit to throttle just a little bit earlier. It's sublime. Bottom line, comparing my old Flying Miata VMAX coilovers to these XIDAs is like comparing Aunt Jamima pancake syrup to 100% Canadian grade A maple syrup.
Alright, that looks like that's an end of another successful track day at Toronto Motorsports Park. Thank you very much, Toronto Motorsports Park. Really great facility. I love being able to have open track sessions without having to do run groups or anything, so thanks a lot. And the plus is that I didn't get stabbed today.
What?
And everything seems to be working well on the car. Our tires, power steering pump, control arm bushings, the shocks, everything seems to be working really well. Super pleased with it. Now, my lap time wasn't all that great. But it's a good starting point to see if we can chip away and set a better PB for myself in this thing. So anyways, that's a wrap. Thanks very much for watching. Oh yeah, you're awesome. I'm mostly useless, and thank you very much for watching.